Welcome back to Mr. Red Dragon 5 for free.
Company passed
Today
into the
we're
through
finishing the
secret
final
door.
episode
I
of the
go
story.
finally within reach.
So,
I know these walls.
yeah, so now we're on
May the
here.
heart of the mountain unite all dwarves.
So last time we were talking about the copyright stuff and how
But
should PS4 and Xbox and whatever you're recording on should notify players if there's any licensed music, and should they prevent, you know, the certain games from being shared if that's the case. Because I do find that, you know, having the music added to the games, you know, if it's part of the game, you shouldn't be at fault. But at the same time, I think like because you're not copying a movie verb per se, and you know, even like games like this, even like, you know, the Lego game, there's no cutscene blocker, so for this, as some games do have cutscene blocks, such as Neo, so it's very inconsistent with games and stuff, which I really don't get.
There is something about you. Something you carry. Something made of gold.
What's up, brother? What's good?
There you are. Thief
Yeah.
in the shadows.
It looks like what, plus 40?
I think it's 41 right now, they said.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fucking if we were in British Columbia, it'd be so much better.
I did not come to steal from you.
Well, because like in British Columbia, the heat's dry, right?
Wealthy.
Yeah.
So like the humidity is what's killing us the most.
Yeah, it's only like 46 outside, but with the humid outside. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's getting this bad with the weather. But it's interesting because apparently the last time that it was record high like this, it was in, was it 1999?
As great as the old tales say.
Yeah.
I did not believe them.
The weather's just changing too much. Yeah. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm okay with it.
Do you now?
Yeah, so what did you guys do yesterday?
Nothing but died.
Yeah. Oh, is it hot for you guys too?
Tales and songs fall utterly short
Weather's not
of your
exactly
enormity,
being
O Smaug,
pleasant.
the stupendous.
Is that what you can really do?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with Little Mermaid right now.
Yeah. Fucking, I didn't tell you, Heather's comment fucking killed me the most.
Why? What was her comment?
Oh, because I told her she wanted to go see The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
and
No.
No, indeed.
at first she wasn't sure,
Yeah.
You seem familiar.
and then when I told her about it, and she, I guess, checked out the trailer for herself, I'm guessing, and then randomly she messaged me, she goes, no offense, I don't want to go see it. I'm like, why, what's wrong with it? She goes, oh, the woman's black. I don't want to watch
Under
it.
hills and over hills, my path is led.
Well,
Like,
it's
oh, damn.
well, you know what I find
the air,
funny? So I guess you know, I was watching a video and this person had a point where they go, you know, as much as black people want representation, gingers are actually like a small minority of people themselves, smaller than the black community. So
Oh yeah, that I know.
and so like a lot of people were even saying like, you know, it's so rare for like that kind of things, and people noticed that even Hollywood and stuff have been, I guess, making gingers you know, like with black actors instead. And so a lot of people are upset about that, which, you know, I do get, but I think the main part that people want to see is like, if this actor is going to be playing Ariel, she has to have the red hair, since that was the significance of Ariel. So,
Yeah, of course.
because if
But
there's...
the problem is, for me, I think she should at least, like, the woman should at least been like, a white, basically a ginger playing it, like,
Yeah.
you know, the problem with live action, like, besides, because, like, I saw my mom this, mom is trying to compete with Lion King. There's a Lion King is a little different when it comes to live action, though, because it's actually still animals. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's still animals in regards, but...
Yeah. Well, here's one thing that I noticed too. So a lot of people complain when, you know, characters get switched to being played as white characters, but and so they'll be like, oh, they're being whitewashed. But when it comes to, you know, like what was originally a white character, they'll be like, oh no, this is acceptable. It's like, what's with the hypocrisy? Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. So if you're going to complain about blackwashing, then yeah, people are going to also complain about whitewashing. But if you can't be accepting of one without accepting the other, you know, that's not how it works. And you're like, yeah, a lot of people are going to be upset by that, because it's like, look, you know, there are so many people out here, you know, like the Danish, because it was based on like some Danish poem, but like and that was from like the 1837. But I guess like a lot of people, like, in the art that's depicted, Ariel didn't even have red hair. She had black hair in that story, but I guess like the hair wasn't significant until The Little Mermaid, since it was rare.
It's so concealed. The dwarfish usurper. He sent you in here for the Arden Stone, didn't he?
Yeah. So I'm guessing Heather's like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, unfortunately, like, that's how Disney is right now. They're trying to change, like, all their characters to represent, but, like, it's costing them money, because it's like, that's not what anyone asked for, and they're like, oh, well.
Oh, we're giving it to you anyway, so... It's like, well, we didn't want this shit to begin with, but okay, whatever.
What you're talking about?
I think our little game ends here.
Like, I think this is the thing, is this could, like, you know, if they had, like, a mermaid that was, like, you know, like Ariel's best friend or something that was black, that would have been different. But I think, you know.
But you know what you know what pisses me off? I don't know if you heard this, but the only reason why they did Ariel black too is because apparently there's not enough. Originally the first answer was there was no black princesses.
But there is. It's called the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was thinking about that, like, wait a minute. The Princess and the Frog, what about her? Last time I checked, she was black, but... And then it turned, and then later on, the course turned into, oh, there's not enough, black princesses. You might as well start sitting here and bitch about transgendered princesses, which I'm scared for. Not gonna lie, it's coming, but...
Well, here's the thing, is at this point, you know, like, you know, Disney's just gonna wind up going bankrupt soon with the live action stuff.
Are swords. My claws.
Like,
I
no,
know the Lion King, I won't lie, Lion King doesn't really look as good as it like, I don't care for Lion King to begin with.
yeah. Well, you know what the problem is too, is this is what I noticed. A lot of the stuff that Disney's trying to do live action loses their charm because, remember, when you do like the cartoons and stuff, they were more expressive and more fluent with the animation. But it loses that charm because of the fact it's now live action. So you don't get to see like the expressive characters and like the over-the-top characters.
Yeah.
You know, and it loses that charm because that's what made it impacting. Because it's like, oh, okay, you got these characters. Now
No
what?
fire hot enough to set them ablaze.
Have we not?
I did not look to see you so easily outwitted.
I feel bad for people that are, you know,
You have grown slow and fat.
like I think I have to. That thing is like,
Slug.
I think our generation should have grown up with the cartoons beforehand, so that way they understand what's going on. But I mean, like, with the whole whitewashing, the blackwashing thing is interesting because it's like, you know, they could have done it in a thing where like, you know, like they could have done it where like Ariel was kind of stuck in that kind of position, but it was by force. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like they can. I think like the big thing though is like the fact that when you do that thing where you do like the gender swapping and stuff and like the race swapping, it causes a lot of backlash. And then when people get upset for people complaining, it's like, hold on, you gotta understand that, like, you know, if you wanted a black character to be a princess, why not just make one instead of using an original one? So that way you're giving, you know, more variety instead of taking away what's already there. Because I think that's more dangerous on Disney's part, is taking away instead of making something new. I mean, look at like Mulan for instance. Like they did something new, people enjoyed it because never have you actually seen like Hawaiian like perspective, right? And so like and it was all new, so it's like a lot of people actually enjoyed it for that. But I think what else is going on too is like a lot of people that are complaining, they don't want it's this weird thing I noticed where it's like the idea of it's really bad because I noticed this and I don't know if you picked it up, but it's like people who tend to fight for equality are not putting in work or effort, so what they're doing is they're just taking pre-existing stuff instead and trying to make it theirs, and it's like, wait, that's not how it works.
Recreating the idea that's already there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, it's what happens with like what is it, like when they do reboots and stuff, it's like a lot of people hate reboots a lot because it's not the original feel and stuff, and sometimes the originals get tainted by the reboots because like they don't even know what they're doing half the time. But yeah, I don't know, Disney's just going to lose out money, and then they're going to probably be like, oh well, these people are racist and shit, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, you know what, fine, boycott the movie then, fuck you guys. That's what's most likely going to happen.
We'll let time do its own thing, I guess. The best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like who knows? Like the only reason why they're doing, like the reason why the woman got the role in the first place, is because she had a good voice.
Yeah, that's the only reason why she got in.
Yeah, but what's ironic too is the fact that in The Little Mermaid, her voice is pretty much gone throughout most of the movie anyway, so it's pointless. It's like you're just wasting, you're wasting talent, and you're wasting potential on making a movie that is not even centered around, you know,
The same basis.
yeah, like, I think that's the funny thing too. It's like, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, if you hate this movie, you're racist. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
No, not racist, just...
I find it stupid when people say that too. Oh, you're racist because you don't like this, or you're racist because the person's black. It's like, no, we don't hate the person's black. You know, we just hate the hypocrisy when people complain that when a character is white, and then when they make a white character that's black, all of a sudden it's like, you know, they pull this double standard bullshit. It's like, okay, either you need to realize that you guys are in the wrong this time and need to shut the fuck up for one. Because, like, here's the thing, it's like, what is it? So I don't know if you ever heard the movie, like, Ghost in the Shell, right? So I guess, like, it's a movie, and I guess, like, the main character is supposed to be, like, American Japanese or something like that. I'm not too sure how it fully was, but I guess, like, they decided to get Scarlett Johansson since she actually looks like the character. And I think that was the funny thing, is because she looked like the character, that's why they decided to have her. And it's like, okay, you know, that makes more sense instead of, you know, because, like, if they want what the character looks like, you know, they want to see what it looks like in real time, right? So, but if the black character, like let's say for instance, like, they decided to have her look like the original, like, Ariel, for whatever reason, like, they make her skin, I guess, shine in the water, because, like, she's a light skin black, she's not, like, fully black.
No, but yeah, I know, I've seen her.
And so she may have, like, red hair and stuff, but I think, like, the thing is, what they're trying to do as well is, it could work depending on how they do the lighting, but it's still gonna fail as a Disney movie, just because live actions never do well.
No, well, I know Lion King, hopefully. Apparently everybody's all hyped about it, but hopefully...
Yeah.
Because that's a little different with...
Yeah.
It's a little different with Lion King live action, because it's... I wanted, like... There was no people segment in it, so...
Yeah.
It should gain favor in that, but at the same time... If they didn't change it, right? Hopefully they kept... If they keep the same formula as they did, but just change the graphics of the whole thing, then it could work. Like, they could pull it off for this one, but...
Yeah. I think as well as, like, they gotta... They gotta make sure that, like, when they pull it off, they're not gonna cause too much,
Grief.
like, I think, like, right now what the problem is too is when a movie fails, instead of accepting that they didn't do something right, they're trying to do this thing where it's like all of a sudden it's like it's not their fault, it's the other people's fault instead.
Yeah, it's everybody else's fault but theirs.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you know, why not take responsibility and, you know, just admit that you made a shitty film that could not stand up to the standards that you wanted. because that's what's happening. Is like it's not. Like, what was the last live action one that happened this year? Like, Aladdin?
Yeah, Aladdin. Apparently that failed to bust pretty well too.
Really?
Apparently, the singing part, the vocal part of Will Smith pretty much just killed it, they said.
Oh, yeah.
Because it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
But, like, I told, like, I had this conversation with my mom or Paul, I can't remember. But he told me about it, saying it wasn't good. I said, yeah, because when they say live action, everybody's expecting it to pretty much be the same movie, but in 3D. But because Robert Williams is not in that one.
Well, Robert Williams is dead, right? And the whole thing around...
that's what I mean.
Another thing is, too, is Genie was based on Robin Williams' performance in the first place. And that's the huge issue, is that the only person that was able to do that was Robin Williams, since the writing was because of his performance. And what I find funny too is a lot of people were pissed off because, once again, you know, they had Will Smith play the genie, and like originally the genie was voiced by a white actor, and then people got pissed off. It's like, what do you expect at this point? You know, you're not following through on, you know,
You witless worm!
on like what can be good. You're just following through for all this diversity and shit, which is causing more issues. Like it's funny because when people say they hate SJWs and feminism and all that shit, it's because when they're doing it, they're not doing the proper representation. They're just getting actors who don't know their shit.
No! Oh my god. Do you have the fan like really, really close to you?
Yes.
Yeah, the wind really kills my hearing. See, I have my fan, but it's like halfway across my room, so that way I'm not blowing in my own ear. My migraines kicking in so bad.
That's not good.
If I could, I probably could sleep all day too, but mixture of depression doesn't help either.
Yeah. It's been very hot lately. It's pretty bad, and I'm like, holy crap. This thing just gives off non-stop points. It's funny because, like, what is it? It seems like a lot of people are getting upset with that stuff. Fucking, you know how, like, yesterday was, the 4th of July?
Yeah, I don't care for that day, but...
Oh, sure. I know. Like, but it's funny because, like, I guess a bunch of people are pissed off because I guess, like, I guess somebody went to the White House, I think it was, and they decided to pretty much burn the flag in front of the White House.
Nice.
And so I think they're arrested because it's like against the First Amendment. Which I don't even know fucking amendments since we're not in the States, but anyway. But apparently like that guy can see jail time. Oh. Did you hear about the stupid trend that's happening?
No.
Alright, so this bitch decides that it'd be funny to try to get a whole nation sick by licking ice cream and then putting it back on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that trend.
Yeah, a lot of people were so pissed off, and she's looking at a felony since she was sick, and the fact that it, like that, because like that's a huge thing.
Apparently, follow-up. Apparently, she's supposed to face 20 years in jail.
2 to 20. It depends on how like it depends on one, if she's a first offender, two, if she's been
For me,
yeah. Well, it's also depending
Because
on what
if
she
it's
contaminated with, right?
yeah.
Like-
Oh, for me, I wouldn't put up with that. You know, like, you know, as
Yeah.
a judge, you know, you gotta think of every number of aspects in different degree, no matter what the circumstances.
Yeah,
You
and
know, you can't like, because if if it is her first offense, fine. But still, at the same time, you gotta think, okay, but why was she stupid enough to do this for views? You know?
oh, what even pissed off people more is when she, what is it, like, I guess like on Instagram, because somebody tracked her down, and she goes, oh, who gives a fuck about an apology? I don't need to give you one. This shit's for clout.
No,
Like,
it's alright. The best video I seen was on Twitter. Fucking, I couldn't share it because they had their settings because I wasn't following them.
yeah.
It was one of those posts where only this girl though, she was doing that challenge, I guess, but she tried opening up a cake, and you see this
This
guy
is
runs
not
and he
your
literally
kingdom.
like does one
These
of
are
those Sparta
dwarf
kicks,
lands.
whatever, to the girl
yeah.
right in the ass, and she just lands
Go.
face first right into the shelf. I'm like, oh my god. If I see that, I would do that. I won't lie. I will do that. If I ever saw someone started doing that challenge,
Yeah.
I'd be like, kick right in the face.
I seen the bottle, what was it, the bottle thing?
The bottle kick challenge, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I find
Not
it
you.
funny, like, I find it interesting because, what was it? Paul was talking to me about it, and apparently, like, he said that, like, he's like, I think it was him or you, I forget which one was mad at mom for it. But, like, apparently, like, she's like, oh, that's a stupid challenge. Why would anyone do that?
Oh, yeah, it was me. No, I remember that. Yeah, no, I wasn't mad. Okay, I wasn't mad at the fact of that.
Just mad at the
I
fact
was more
that,
mad because my mom's sitting there complaining about it. Apparently, it's the stupidest challenge out there, and I'm like, really? Fucking, you know, because I was doing the bottle kick challenge because it was on the news too.
yeah.
And my mom thought it was like the dumbest challenge, like out there, like apparently like #1 dumbest one.
No,
It's
there's
like,
been like what is it over since 2012 since like viral videos. There was
Tide Pod, fucking
cinnamon challenge.
snorting,
yeah,
the cinnamon challenge. It's like, okay, those are super dumb.
yeah, and then there was what is it, the fucking ALS challenge with the ice,
Yeah.
the ice bucket challenge, and like there
Well,
was
the ice
somebody who
bucket challenge
died from
wasn't-
that. Yeah, somebody
The
died from that because somebody dropped a fucking heavy bucket from like a fucking like 5-story building or
Yeah.
some shit.
You know, the ice bucket challenge wasn't too bad for the summer one because they did it for the summer event.
Yeah, but it was like when
So
they
you
did it
know
in the
that's
winter.
fine, but yeah, it was one of the winter ones.
Mithril firework bow. Yay.
I cannot believe I killed fucking 3 people with a fucking sniper.
Yeah.
Killed 3 people with a sniper and there was no collateral damage either, so that's fine with me.
You think you could deceive me? You have come from Lake Town. Perhaps it is time I paid them a visit.
I am dead. What have we done? No.
What have we done?
You know what's messed up too?
What? What's messed up?
Some of the shit my mom say.
Like what? What was the most stupidest thing she said?
Oh shit.